guys, I'm Cassidy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a Q&A for you guys. Can you believe I've never done a Q&A on my channel? I'm like, my subscribers don't even know me. So today I'm getting a Q&A out for you. I wrote on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram. These social medias taking over my life. I wrote there asking you guys to ask me some questions so I can film this video. So here we are. I got a bunch of questions from you guys on my phone and I'm really excited to jump into them. But before we jump into the video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel just to get all that stuff out of the way. I'm excited that you guys are here so you can get to know me a little bit more. So let's just jump right into this. Okay, so let's go to Instagram. Let's see. I have a question from Hell Notes for Beauty, and she says, what's your most memorable spiritual or paradigm shifting experience? What realizations about your higher self have you encountered? Thanks. I really love this question. That was such a unique question. I really like that. So I think for myself personally, I have a lot of people like in my family and just around me that are more spiritual, I guess. So I feel like ever since I was a little girl, I've been kind of like influenced that way to just be a little bit more self-aware. I think that's always been something that's been important to me since I was a little kid. I have an aunt that she is a Buddhist and she's just one of those people in my life. She's a light in my life and she has kind of guided me when it comes to like the many life struggles, ups and downs that you go through about questioning yourself and why you're here and what is the purpose of life. She's helped me with a lot of those things and she's just someone that guides me so much. So I have always had her in my life just kind of helping me out when it came to my spirituality or like any questions that I had about life. But if you don't have someone in your life, it doesn't mean that you can't really pay attention to, you know, feeling more connected with yourself. There are books that I have read that have completely shifted my mindset, and I'll just name 4 of them. I know that's a lot, but if you read any one of these books, it'll definitely spark something in you. The first one is The Power of Now by Eckart Tolle. The second one is The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. The third one is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And the fourth one is called Buddha and it's by Deepak Chopra. I just couldn't put them down and they really just sparked something in my mentality and just feeling more like connected with the universe and reminding myself that I'm on my own path amongst everyone else and we're kind of all doing this together. So it helps you feel like you're part of something bigger. I can control my life. I am the person in charge. I just have to have positive thoughts. I have to love myself and I have to love everyone around me because we're all doing life together and we're all connected in some way. So those are the things that just keep my spirituality train running. Thank you so much, Jessica, for that question. I love that question. The second one says, this is by La Vita Bella. She says, hi Cassidy, I'm Valerie. You are my inner happiness. Love you. Oh my god, that's so nice. That's so sweet. Thank you, Valerie. I love you too. She says, one question I have for you. What movie do you wish life was more like? Hope you have a good day. Thanks, Valerie. My favorite movie is The Notebook, and not only because of like the love kind of scene, but I just love that period of time where it's taken place. I think it's kind of like the 60s, the 50s, or the 60s. There's something about it that just draws me in. I feel like people were so much more free. They weren't kind of like trapped by devices and technology like how we are now. So I would definitely choose to live in that movie just because I love the time period. Okay, the next one, wow, she gave me a bunch of questions. Her name is Pauline LMRCR. So thank you, Pauline, for all these questions. I'm gonna try to answer a few of them, but I have some other questions also, so I want to get to all of them. Her first question is, how did you gain confidence? It's a hard thing for me to achieve, and it's like it just ruined my life and my last relationship. Wow, okay, that's really hard. I'm sorry that you're going through that. Confidence is such a personal thing. It's not easy to gain confidence. The one thing that I can suggest to you, and this is something that has changed my life and how I see myself completely, like drastically, it's to stop saying negative things about yourself. Now, I haven't always been the most confident person, but you know, I can say that I'm now at a place where I feel very confident in myself and I feel comfortable in my own skin. I've gotten to this place because I stopped saying negative things about myself. You know how you have these little habits of just like passing by a mirror and being like, oh my god, I look so ugly. Or you're kind of like, you say something and you'll maybe mess up a sentence and you're like, oh my god, I'm so stupid. It may seem like a joke at the time, but all of those things you have to completely stop telling yourself. Whatever you say about yourself in your head or out loud, you will believe it. So if you start telling yourself, I'm way too fat, I'm so ugly, I'm way too skinny, no one likes me, I'm a loser, I'm not cool, or whatever. If you say those things about yourself, they will become your truth. So what I want you to do to help work on your confidence is completely stop saying negative things about yourself. If you catch yourself saying, oh my god, I'm so ugly, realize it in that moment and turn it around completely and say, no, I am beautiful. Even if you don't believe it, just say, I'm beautiful. I am beautiful, I'm capable. And instead of telling yourself so many negative things about yourself, tell yourself positive things about yourself, and then you will believe those positive things. If you tell yourself, I'm ugly, I'm a loser, I'm nothing, you'll believe that you are ugly, that you're a loser, and that you're nothing. But if you tell yourself, I'm beautiful, I am capable, I'm strong, then you'll believe that you're strong, you'll believe that you're beautiful, and that is kind of how you can work on your confidence. Or that's at least what worked for me when I was going through a really hard time with my self-confidence. Okay, so I have a question from M. Suazo. She says, what's the hardest part about blogging and what's the funniest part? P.S. I love your content, XOXO. Thank you. So what's the hardest part? The hardest part is being consistent. Blogging and YouTubing, it's a full-time job. I don't have a blog right now, but that's definitely in the works. Filming, setting up lights, and you know, or if you're doing blogging and you're only taking photos, just making sure that you have someone to take photos of you, making sure that you're going to different locations, having different backgrounds so your pictures look interesting. It's just all a lot of work. So I would say the hardest thing about it is being consistent, because you constantly have to be filming or producing in some way, creating content to be able to put out on the internet. And I think the funniest part is just like, I don't take myself too seriously about it. Like, I'm very silly in my videos, and like in my pictures, if I have like a weird face or like a jelly roll hanging out, like, I don't care, you know? It's just like, that's who I am. This is me. I'm a real human being, and shit happens. Next up is Sartorial Dreams on Instagram. Her name is Victoria. So Victoria asked me, hey babe, here are my questions. She listed a few. The first one is, what do you do for a living? So what I do for a living, I am a makeup artist. I'm a freelance makeup artist, so doing makeup is kind of like my side hustle. But as for my main thing, I do YouTube full-time. So just constantly creating videos for you guys, or like taking pictures to have for my Instagram. I am always doing something for YouTube or Instagram. So that's my main full-time job. My makeup artistry freelance stuff is my side job. How to get a perfect eyeliner. You have to practice. You just have to practice. I know that sounds so annoying, but you just have to practice over and over. I have been practicing this thing right here for years, and I finally have it down packed to where it's really easy for me to do. What are your favorite skincare brands and routine? One of my top favorite skincare brands are Derma-E. There are so many products that I absolutely love from that brand, and all of them are really nice on my skin, so that's one of my favorite skincare brands. How do you like living in NYC? I love living in New York. When I was like in high school, I used to always say, I want to move to Florida, and like, I want to be in the warmth, I don't like the cold. And it's true, I absolutely love warm weather, but something about New York just has my heart. There's always something to do in New York. If you leave a club at 4 in the morning, you can go to some spot to get food at 4 in the morning. Like, there's just always something to do here. There's some type of like life to this city. So many different people here. I love the diversity. I love the accessibility. You can do whatever you want. Anything is possible in New York. I absolutely love it. I don't think I would ever leave. I have a question from Sophisticated Fashionista on Instagram. She says, what nationality are you? Latina? Yes, I'm Latina. My mother is Dominican and my dad is Puerto Rican and French. So I'm not as connected to my French side, so I feel like I'm kind of like just like a little sprinkle of French in there, but my last name is French. It's Maisonette, and in French it's pronounced Maisonnier, I think. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican, Dominican, and French. And she also said, are you a student, graduate? If so, what do you do outside of YouTube? So I'm not a student and I did not graduate college. I graduated high school and I did 2 years of college, but it just totally wasn't for me. I'm not a school person. It was always really difficult for me to do well in school, but I've always done well with things that are more creative. So in all of my art classes, all of my dance classes, I always had like extremely good grades and I was always way more interested in that kind of stuff. I just didn't ever feel connected with going to school. I never wanted to be there and it was always a pretty big struggle for me to do well. So yeah, school is not for me, but aside from YouTube, I am a makeup artist. I have a question by Megan O'Rourke. Sorry Megan if I'm butchering your last name, I'm so sorry, but she asked me, if you had a daughter, what would you name her? Me and my boyfriend have spoken about names before for our future kids. I love Charlotte. Charlotte is one of my favorite names. I don't know, to me it just sounds so beautiful. I just love the name Charlotte. This is a question from Alice Joy Thomas on Instagram. She says, what's your fave makeup look that you have done so far? I think one of my favorite makeup looks, it was for Halloween and it was like this tropical bird kind of look. It was super random, but I was able to be like really creative. Like I just literally made myself look like a bird from the rainforest and it was really cool. So I think those kinds of looks, like Halloween looks, are my favorite to do because I can just like, there are no boundaries. I have a question from L Pearls on Instagram. She says, hey lovely, my questions are, where do you see yourself in a year? I pretty much see myself doing the same thing that I'm doing now, but I still live with my parents. So I'm hoping to move out with my boyfriend and hopefully in a year we will have our own apartment together. And she says, if you could only wear one foundation for the rest of your life, what would it be? XOXO. That's a really good question. Okay, that's really hard. I would have to say Loreal Pro Glo. I've been obsessed with this thing lately. This bottle is almost empty. It has full coverage, but it still has that dewy look, but it's not too dewy to where your face feels wet. If I had to wear one for the rest of my life, it would probably be that one. The next one is from Brit Simran. She asked me, okay, I have some questions. One, what's your day job? I already answered that one, so we got that covered. Two, any tattoos? No, I don't have tattoos as of right now, but I definitely want tattoos in the future. Three, where were you born? I am born and raised in New York, Queens, New York. All day baby, represent. Number 4 is guacamole or salsa. Girl, guacamole for sure, for sure, for sure. She said, hope this helps. Thank you, Brit. I really appreciate you sending me those questions. Okay guys, so I officially finished all the questions from Instagram. I was excited to do this just so you guys could get to know me a little more. I've never done a Q&A, which is crazy. And I do feel like you guys know me already. Like, you guys know me. You guys are my people. We're right here. Again, thank you guys so much for sending me those questions. This is super fun for me to do, and I'm really grateful to even have anyone asking me a question. You guys are the best. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe because you know how much it means to me from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys so much. I love you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.